Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing about the Lord has been speaking to me for the last couple days, and he wanted me to come on here and share something that he's been working on me with when it comes to separating myself from certain people, certain mindsets. And so last week I received a phone call from a family member, and all I can say is this person was used by the enemy to just attack me. And funny enough, it was right after I had done the last video that I posted. And so it took me pretty much all week to kind of stop dwelling on that, you know, because it did have an effect on me. And so this morning the Lord was speaking to me more about preparing for what's ahead. So he was saying that kind of like Abraham, you know, when God spoke to him about leaving his country, leaving his roots, his family, and just traveling to a place where it was going to be his promised land. And so the Lord was sharing with me, this is the same thing with my people, that I'm calling them to the promised land. You know, he was speaking about new homes, and he was telling me, yes, that could be physical too, but also spiritual, you know, because we are temples. He was speaking to me about furniture. You know, obviously you put furniture in your home, but he was saying when you move, there should only be new furniture, no old ones. At first I didn't quite understand why, but you know, as you know, the conversation that I had last week and how it affected me, it's like he was bringing it all together, and he was saying, you know, the furniture represent anything that you have in your temple, in your life, that does not serve you, that would only be a disruption, that would only bring you try to drag you back mentally, just try to take your peace away when you're enjoying your new life, when you're enjoying your promised land. You know, there's always going to be somebody that the enemy will try to use, because those people have access to you. And so sadly, he uses loved ones. He uses people that he knows has a big impact on you. The words that they say, the words that they speak to you. These people, these things, they cannot go where you are going. You have to release them. Not that they're bad people, but they're not in the same headspace. They have not allowed God to heal them in certain areas. And if they're not walking close with God, they miss the mark. They miss what God is doing in you, and they're not gonna let you go about it so peaceably. So, you know, new homes, he was also speaking about marriages. He was speaking about, you know, when two become one, you leave your home, you leave your family, your culture, whatever it is that has programmed you. And you're starting something new. You're starting something new with God and the new family that he's providing you with. And so, of course, for women, when you take on when your husband comes, he's your new head, he's your new covering. And so, you know, you can't just allow anybody in your house. You cannot allow just anybody to come into your new space, because it's just going to create problems. The whole point of the promised land is that you're supposed to cut out a lot of the chaos, a lot of the old mindsets, the old anything that doesn't serve you in the new land, in the new promised land. It cannot go with you. Not saying that this is going to be a permanent thing, but God still has a lot of work to do with a lot of people, and you can't drag them. You can't drag them along with you. They have to want that for themselves, and then maybe God will bring them around later. But he's also been speaking about future marriages, that, you know, when you guys come together, before you guys come together, that you pray off whatever soul ties that there are from the past. You know, because when you're doing something for God, it's like all of a sudden now your past wants to come back. Now they want to reach out. And so You know, the Lord's been prompting me to change my phone number, to just cut any ties, any access that my past might have to me. And so that's just a precaution. That's part of you preparing for what God has for you. So you have to make room for this new home, this new space that you have for your family, for your future generations to grow in. You know, just like Abraham, when he was telling his servant to bring Isaac a wife, you know, he told his servant, promise me you will not take my son back there. You can bring him his wife, but don't bring him over there. Why? Because he didn't want him to develop those same or pick up anything that he had left behind. Your future generations are dependent on this new mindset, this new way of living. And so the Lord is saying, protect your home and make room for what's coming. So anyways, I pray that this helps anybody that's going through this. If God has been tugging at you to change your phone number, change out anything old for new, just be obedient. This is part of your making room for your promised land, making room for the new that God has for you. I pray that this blessed you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.